This is KGW News at noon.
Police in Nashville have released new body cam video from the Covenant school shooting. It shows how the police response unfolded minute by minute. Hello, I'm Christine Pitawanich. Thank you for joining us here at noon. We're not going to show you the video in its entirety. In total, it is about 6 minutes long, and parts of it are very graphic. We've chosen to only show what's necessary to understand the context of the attack and the police response. Within moments of arriving, Metro Nashville officer Rex Engelbert can be heard yelling to other officers to follow him into the school.
Give me three. Let's get three.
All the way down this hall, listen, it's Fellowship Hall. The end of this hall is Fellowship Hall. They just said they heard gunshots down there, and then upstairs are a bunch of kids.
Let's go. I need three. One more. Let's go.
Police searched room to room in a tactical formation. Officers ended up shooting and killing 28-year-old Audrey Hale, who has been identified as the suspected shooter. In total, 14 minutes reportedly elapsed from the first 911 call to when Hale was shot. That shooting left 3 children and 3 adults dead, as well as the suspected shooter. And as with so many of these mass shootings in our country, at this point, families in Nashville are still in shock. NBC's Wendy Woolfolk is there, where the community is trying to pick up the pieces.
This an all too familiar scene as the memorial is growing outside Covenant School and Presbyterian Church campus. It's a small community of about 200 students, losing 6 of their own, including the pastor's daughter and the head of school. Overnight, police releasing eerie surveillance videos showing the suspect shoot through a glass door to get into the elementary school, and then walking through the hallways, stalking the offices, armed with 2 assault-style weapons and a pistol. Responding officers confronted and killed Audrey Hale just minutes after arriving on scene. Investigators say the 28-year-old transgender person was a former Covenant student, and resentment for having to attend may have played a role in what she did here. They have found a detailed manifesto and maps, as well as other evidence at her home just a few miles from here. We are hoping to get more details about the motive as the investigation continues today. That while 6 families plan funerals and this entire community try to cope with what happened here. Wendy Woolfolk, NBC News, Nashville.
So tragic and heartbreaking. We are expecting more developments throughout the day. You can stay up to date through the KGW app, online at kgw.com, or on air. And hey, whatever you're doing right now, take a quick moment to pause. Take a look at your screen if you can. Gresham police are looking for this missing 16-year-old. Jalen Irby was last seen a little over a week ago on Sunday, March 19th, leaving her home in Gresham. She's biracial, 6'2", and weighs about 150 pounds. She also has curly dark brown hair that she usually ties back in a ponytail. Her family says she may need medical attention, so if you know anything, contact Gresham police. And fire crews responded to a house fire in southwest Gresham just before 9 a.m. today. Witnesses reported smoke pouring out of this house on the corner of 17th and Orchard. Gresham Fire says a Good Samaritan found the homeowner passed out and dragged them out of the house to safety. The homeowner, who is an older man, was transported to a local burn center with serious injuries. Investigators say the homeowner might not have survived if that Good Samaritan wasn't there. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Okay, let's check in with Rod Hill in the Weather Center now. Rod, pretty gray and wet out there today.
Yes, very, 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 very so. Good afternoon to you. We have this low offshore. Basically, I left the low where I placed it this morning, and look how the curl drops a little bit to the south. So that's how much, right there it is right now. It's moved a little bit closer to the land and dropped a little bit south during the day. Anyway, the result continues to be it's throwing these rain bands inland. The white on the radar is snow, including light snow / flurries being detected out east. But I tell you what, we have not had rain breaks for the most part between Salem, Portland, and Vancouver. It continues to be steady, and there are some heavier rain pockets to be found out there. Up on the mountain, 3 to 4 inches of new snow being reported. Timberline, or one of our live cameras, 24 degrees East winds have picked up, gusting to 38. So that's a cold day up on the mountain. Snow levels continue to be at about 3,000 feet. We have had breaks in the action along the coast where it has not been as wet in Lincoln City as it has been here in Portland, for example. That's our Chinook Winds Casino Resort live cam, and there are the raindrops over downtown Portland. We're at 47. I think we will struggle to get up to 50, 51. I'm not sure if we're going to make it. It will break into showers and then go mostly dry overnight tonight. Now, there's still a lingering chance of a shower tomorrow, but the forecast does look brighter the next couple of days. That's coming up.
Okay, thank you, Rod. To Salem now, where Oregon lawmakers are considering whether rent control in the state should be strengthened. This comes at a time when some tenants are seeing rent hikes as high as 14% due to inflation. But as our Catherine Cook reports, some who oppose stronger rent control warn it could have unintended consequences.
I'm not joking when I say people like me are going to be the new face of homelessness in Oregon.
Catherine Chambers was among the many Oregon renters who sat before lawmakers Wednesday. Robin McMain is another. She drove up from Brookings to represent the seniors in her mobile home community.
To make this clear, everyone donated money in order to get me to be able to come up here and talk to you about this today.
They all support Senate Bill 611. If passed, it would limit annual rent increases in Oregon to 3% plus inflation, with a max total increase of 8%. Back in 2019, lawmakers limited rent increases to 7% plus inflation with no total limit. With inflation what it is these days, that means some renters are staring at a possible 14.6% rent increase this year.
I live with the constant stress of knowing that if my landlord raises my rent by the allowable 14.6%, I will be priced out of my home. My fixed income is just above the threshold to qualify for any assistance, but not enough income to pay that kind of rent increase.
Several of us are not going to go see our grandkids this year because we can't afford the travel or turned our thermostats down. I have a 94-year-old woman that's wearing a coat every day.
Those who support SB 611 suggest it would provide relief to renters without sacrificing the development of new housing. Those who oppose it say nothing could be further from the truth.
If anyone thinks that continuing to make being a landlord in Oregon not just difficult, but unfeasible in ways such as this, then I'm here to respectfully tell you that you're fueling the exact fire that you claim to be trying to put out.
Kennedy Amundsen owns Propagate Property Management, which serves Yamhill, Polk, and Marion counties. If 611 passes, she believes it would make it hard for housing providers to keep up with repairs in their units and could drive investors to take their money out of state.
Continuing to house Oregonians at the sole expense of those providing their housing is not sound public policy and is not a sustainable way to address housing instability. We need to focus on permanent rent assistance and increasing supply.
For now, renters like Catherine Chambers bide their time and hope.
I wake up every day and go to sleep every night worrying about keeping a roof over my head.
Catherine Cook, KGW News.
So there are a couple more key components to Senate Bill 611. If passed, newer buildings would only be exempt from rent control for 3 years as opposed to 15. And if a landlord sells, renovates, or tears down a home, they'd be forced to pay tenants 3 months' rent for relocation assistance if they're evicted. Right now, they only have to pay 1 month's rent. The bill is scheduled for a work session tomorrow. And one of the largest employers in Clark County plans to move its headquarters to Texas. Fisher Investments is currently based in Camas. The company says the move is in response to Washington's new capital gains tax, which was just upheld by the state Supreme Court. Fisher says it won't entirely shut down the Camas location, but some staff will be required to transfer. The new tax collects 7% on profits made from stock and bond investments, though that's only for the state's top investment earners. Critics have argued the capital gains tax is a form of income tax prohibited by Washington's Constitution. Vancouver's mayor held the State of the City address in person for the first time since the pandemic started. Last night, Anne McInerney-Ogle highlighted a voter-approved multi-million-dollar levy for affordable housing. She also talked about improving Vancouver's waterfront and downtown area. She also acknowledged all that is very much a work in progress.
We just keep moving forward with determination and big aspirations to leave this community better from our service. When the council makes decisions, we're not making it for next year or for the next 5 years. We're making it for the next generation because we truly are in the forever business.
There was a forum after the mayor's remarks as well. City councilors, staff, and Vancouver residents sat down in groups to talk about some of the big issues in the city, including homelessness and boosting the city's economy.